Welcome to another shave here on the Soap Thing Project. I suppose this video will represent the beginning of the end of summer. As far as shaving soap scents are concerned, we are well into September, so I think it's time to start winding down all the bright and fresh and tropical scents, things like that, and moving into more of the woody type scents. The month of September is when I start breaking out some of my brighter woody scents like cedarwood from Taylor of Old Bond Street, things like that. This one is going to be from Apex Alchemy. It is Summer Nights, and this is kind of a smoky campfire sort of scent. We will talk in great detail about the scent as always during the shave. But we have a tallow, beef tallow soap base. The soap you can get at Apex Alchemy for about $2.50. The matching aftershave samples are usually $3.50. And Apex Alchemy does really good stuff. They seem to be almost invisible in the wet shaving hobby, which is really bizarre because they have some truly incredible scents that are pretty unique in a lot of ways. They've got this scent, which is a campfire scent. They have a Coca-Cola type scent. There's a couple other scents that they do that very few other artisans do, and their soap base is pretty legit, not gonna lie. Good stuff from Apex Alchemy. For the razor, I have been getting some rough shaves lately. I've been kind of goofing off and playing around and not taking things that seriously, and it has resulted in some nicks and cuts and razor burn and all sorts of shit. So I am going to kind of go back to basics with the Merkur Progress adjustable razor, 2-piece razor. That is going to be the razor for today, and I suppose let's take the blade bag. We haven't used this thing in a bit. I've been using the blade bag less often, but I think today I am daring enough to reach into this bag and pick out a blade. How about this one? Set the bag down on the countertop. What do I have? I've got a Gillette Menorah, as you can see right here. Those are nice. I love those blades. Those are one of my personal favorites, if not the favorite, so I guess I lucked out on that one. And the brush is going to be Rudy. It is a indigo blue and gold 22 millimeter sort of affair. It's got a 22 millimeter Muhle synthetic knot on it. Love this brush. Okay, let's do a shave. And here we go. Got about 36 hours growth on the face today, so about a day and a half. And this Apex Alchemy Summer Nights coming out of the Pereira Shavery Unbreakable shaving bowl. I'm just going to stick my nose in it. It's got a scent strength of about 3 out of 5 on the sniff-o-meter. So perfectly average. Apex Alchemy tends to take a little bit longer than normal to lather, but once you do, it's a pretty rich sort of affair. It's definitely good stuff. In fact, I'm going to add some water. Just a little bit. There we go. There we go. That'll do. Now, before we go any further, let me activate the iPhone cheat sheet. Set that right down there. And I have to put the Gillette Menorah into the Merkur Progress. So, there it be. And the Merkur Progress has a certain way that you have to return the head to the handle. This notch right here, I'm not sure if you can see that, on the top cap has to be in the same place as this arrow on the base plate, and then you just screw it down. Where do I want to put this? I'm going to go to 2, which I think is... Setting 2 is usually good enough for me on most days of growth, unless I got like a serious mountain man beard going on, then you want to crank it up. Okay, let's just get started with it, shall we? The feedback on this razor is really loud. I think part of that is just because the blade chatter is kind of high on this. The blade chatter definitely contributes to that noise a little bit, but the cool thing about blade chatter is if you've got little micro bumps on your skin, a loose double-edged blade will tend to just glance over them, versus something like an injector blade or an artist club blade will slice right through it and give you nicks and cuts. At least in my experience, that's kind of been how it goes. The head on this is kind of bulbous. It doesn't make it very easy to get up under your nose. I suppose kind of the best way to do that would be to just come at it from the side on a second pass, which is what we're gonna do right now. Let's talk about the scent on this thing. So this is one of those artisans that seems to want to tell you a story, which I've always thought was kind of ridiculous. I'm a bit of a let's get down to business kind of shaver, but they make references to crackling pine wood, leather, charred wood, pine needles. There's also, is that it? There's a cinnamon in here, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Yeah, cinnamon. So what it shakes out to be in practice is kind of knocking on the door of chiseled face, but not quite that intense. It's definitely a dirty, charred wood kind of scent, but it's not like so crazy that it's going to alienate mainstream shavers. So it's kind of in that funny place where if you like chiseled face, then you're definitely going to like this. If you don't like chiseled face, then you might or might not like this, because it's like kind of a low-key chiseled face type scent as far as like just being kind of raw and dirty and rough around the edges. It's not a remarkably dark scent, which is why I chose to do it kind of late summer, early fall, because I think it fits into that season. If you're a seasonal shaver like I am, like there are certain scents that I just, no matter what, I will never use them during the summer. And there are certain summer scents that I will, well, most summer scents that I will never ever use during the winter. So that's just how I am. There we go, that'll do it. I can get a little more out of that. I've been reaching for this razor a lot lately. Like, I don't know what my deal is. I think with all the different scents getting discontinued and entire artisans or even some legacy brands going completely out of business, that's been causing me to kind of latch on to just anything that has brand stability, I guess. So I've been using a lot of Merkur and Muhle razors off camera. I've been using a lot of legacy soaps because they're not likely to go anywhere. I've kind of been developing this attitude of why bother getting attached to something if, you know, a year from now it's just going to go out of business or get discontinued. Definitely good residual slickness out of the Apex Alchemy stuff. Alright, I think it's time for a rinse. Let me see if I can get at this with no soap. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, let's do, I'm going to reach for this towel over here, and then we'll do the aftershave. The aftershave bottles, at least the sample versions of these, don't have a rev limiter. It's just wide ass open. I can't even show you because it's like full. But definitely want to put your finger over this, otherwise you are going to peel out catastrophically. Like I almost did. Oh, wow. Interesting. The scent of the aftershave is a bit more overtly fall scented. Like the cinnamon is significantly more prevalent in the aftershave. So if you are sensitive to cinnamon, you might want to approach with caution. I think it smells kind of good, actually. It's still got a little bit of that pine needle-y, campfire, smoky sort of facet as the soap does, but there's less of it and a lot more cinnamon. Interesting. Really, really interesting. Okay, let's do my final thoughts. Is this something I could recommend as a purchase? Because like I said in a previous video, I'm mostly done buying full-size tubs of soap, but yeah, I think this one is definitely worthy of picking up. I'll definitely give it a soap thing thumbs up, just because there's nothing wrong with it. It is similar in some ways to Declaration Grooming After the Rain. It's kind of like that, only it's smokier. It really is something that I could definitely see myself using quite a lot during the late summer, early fall. Like I said, it's not dark enough to not be usable in kind of the later end of summer, but it's kind of rough enough that you could use it well into fall and winter. It's definitely a somewhat versatile sort of scent. So do check it out if you're curious about it. Apex Alchemy, they do some good stuff. Okay, that's the video for today. Questions, comments, put them in the comment section of the video. Otherwise, this is Soap Thing telling you, shave like you mean it. Thanks for watching.